All right, your next step is you're going to lay out your pattern onto your folded fabric. Remember, it's folded, and we're gonna start pinning all of these pieces down. So the first piece you wanna put down is the apron piece right here. It's lined up perfectly with that folded side that's not open, okay? You wanna make sure it's this side and not this one. This is the side that we pinned down with the selvage. So you're gonna line this up perfectly, and then we're just gonna start pinning perpendicularly, okay, all down every single piece. And remember, you want to start from the inside and then work your way out, okay? So start pinning. One thing to remember when you're pinning is to not have your pins sticking over the paper. Remember when you cut your pattern out, if your pin is sticking over the paper, you're gonna cut through it. So you wanna have your pin through the paper, through both layers of fabric, but not sticking over. All right, as you can see, the body of the apron is all pinned down through the paper, through both pieces of fabric. Now I'm gonna work on the neckties, the waist tie, and the pocket. So one thing to think about with the necktie and the waist tie and the pocket is that you don't want to have your pattern crooked like this. You want to have it the straight of the grain, which means it runs with the grain of the fabric, and it's going to match also what you've done with your apron as well. So to do that is you're going to give yourself some space between the apron and the waist tie. This is the necktie piece, and I'm going to put a pin through the arrow right here. All right, so I put one pin right here in the arrow. Now what I'm gonna do is my tape measure, and I'm gonna measure the distance from the head of this pin to the edge of the fabric, okay? So I'm at 9.5 inches, and so, well, yeah, 9.5. So I'm gonna go over here and move this to where I have 9.5. And I'm gonna pin that right there. So now this should be perfectly with the straight of the grain. And I'm gonna work my way around and pin this all down. I'm gonna repeat that step the exact same way with the waist tie. So put a pin here, measure, measure, then put pins all around it. Same thing with the pocket. Put a pin here, measure, twist if I need to twist it right to make sure it's straight. Then measure again, pin it down, and then pin all the way around, okay? All right, as you can see, each piece of pattern is pinned to the fabric, and we'll on to our next step.